We just got done talking about Brad Holmes and his expertise, which is drafting players, making things work, grabbing great talent in the NFL draft. But he's also pretty good at acknowledging talent when it's there. He's also pretty good at putting the right guy in the right situation. And so far, he's been putting Justin Jackson in a lot of situations that we normally see DeAndre Swift in. Over the past couple games, we'll go back 3 games, the Lions' 3-game win streak. Against the Packers, Justin Jackson had 4 rushes for 27 yards. DeAndre Swift, 2 rushes for 10 yards. Although DeAndre Swift did have 3 catches for 40 yards. In the Bears game, Justin Jackson, 4 carries for 14 yards, 2 catches for 14 yards. DeAndre Swift, 6 carries for 6 yards, 1 catch for 6 yards. And most recently against the Giants, Justin Jackson, 9 carries for 66 yards, 1 catch for 11 yards. DeAndre Swift, 5 carries for 20 yards, 3 catches for 12 yards. So is Justin Jackson kind of usurping DeAndre Swift's role in this offense? Do you think DeAndre Swift's still dealing with the injury? He just doesn't have it anymore. What is going on with this Lions backfield outside of Jamal Williams?
It's tough. I don't know if I've ever done as quick of a 180 on DeAndre Swift as I have on any other person, because before the year I picked him to lead the NFC in rushing. Obviously that's not going to happen. That was never going to happen because DeAndre Swift just can't stay healthy. And right now, I honestly don't want to see him get any carries. He has not looked good running the football. He looks lost. He looks unconfident. He looks like he's scared of getting hurt every time he's out there, honestly. He's not making the right reads. He's not hitting the holes. And Justin Jackson in the last 3 games, all those numbers add up to 17 carries for 107 yards in the last 3 games. I think everybody would take that out of an RB2 for a 3-game stretch any day of the week. DeAndre Swift, the guy who was going to be the star running back, the guy who was, when he was drafted, I think we were all excited about. I picked to lead the NFC in rushing. That DeAndre Swift in the last 3 games, 13 carries, which is alarming in and of itself, seeing that he's on the field, for 36 yards for a grand total of 12 per game. At this point, DeAndre Swift is playing his way out of this offense, and it's sad to see because on one hand, DeAndre Swift has not played well at all. He has honestly been a ghost out there. He hasn't even really made that big of an impact catching the football. But on the other hand, I think if they want to reach their maximum potential, like for instance, beat Buffalo on Thursday, it would be really helpful if DeAndre Swift can do what he does best, do what he's done at the beginning of the year, and just make that one explosive play, something that Jamal Williams isn't capable of, something that Justin Jackson isn't as capable of. But I haven't seen it in so long. So
it's been so long.
It's been so long.
And I haven't seen you run for more than 20 yards.
That's in a game.
In a game.
In a game. He's like, I don't understand. Why is he even out there? He's not getting any carries.
Yes.
If you can't, is he still hurt? If he is, then don't play him. I mean,
it's tough. It's a tough question to ask. It seems like he is tentative when he's running the ball out there. It seems like he's not reading his blocks correctly. Oh. He's hitting the wrong hole. He's doing things that we haven't seen because at the beginning of the season, he looked so good. Oh. Like you said, he was busting off crazy plays. He was making those big splash plays in the offense, something this offense desperately needs.
Yes.
And it was impressive to watch, but since that injury, since he's come back, I haven't seen the same DeAndre Swift. I haven't seen the same kind of explosiveness out on that field. I think he's a better player than Justin Jackson. Don't get me wrong, but Justin Jackson is producing in the opportunities given to him, and DeAndre Swift isn't. Easy. How do you feel about this?
Justin Jackson looked like RB2 in the last game. And I was looking at the stats too. DeAndre Swift somehow had 20 yards still. I don't know how it didn't seem like it, but I don't want to bash on him though. That's one thing. I don't want to bash on him. Is he RB2? Is he possibly RB3? 100% sure. You have to admit at this point. And he's not healthy, though. When healthy, I think we saw what he's capable of doing, especially in the passing game more than anything. I think it's extremely dangerous out there. But until he's healthy, man, we just got to deal with what we're given. Jamal Williams, as much as I love him running the football, I mean, he's league leading 12 touchdowns. And I'm talking about across from wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs. 12 touchdowns, leading the league. I'm cool with that. He's a goal line back, but ultimately the Detroit Lions are run through a committee, and they can do that. We can afford to do that. We have one of the best offensive lines in football. I'd say top 5 for sure. The only one I for sure say is above us is maybe
smoking on top 5.
Yeah, maybe the Eagles. That's the only one I'm really putting above us. But like, he's still explosive in moments. Even though like post injury, he still had moments where he's taking the ball to the goal line, off that one catch I think he had. I don't remember what game it was. Maybe it was Miami. He had a good run against Chicago. He had a touchdown against Chicago, which was kind of a gimme. I think that same situation last week against New York too. But it's just part of the committee now, man. It is what it is. I mean, he was a second-round pick. He's productive when healthy, but we just got to accept it for what it is. There's no point in bashing him, I guess, is my take. My point in it.
Yeah, it's tough. It is really tough. It sucks to see because the guy was an explosive talent. We saw it. We've seen it. But if he continues to play like this he's going to continue to play himself off the roster and further down the depth chart.
Yeah, and honestly, Easy, I think you're letting him off the hook a little bit too easy, no pun intended.
It's easy, baby.
I'm not just going to accept that this is DeAndre Swift's role and that he's just a committee back. DeAndre Swift, it wasn't just me. A lot of people were projecting that he was going to be one of the most productive running backs in the NFL. We see that he is one of the most talented overall running backs, both catching the football and running in the NFL when healthy. And he cannot stay healthy. And that is one of the biggest, if you can't, you might as well not even be on the team. I don't care that he has one play in a game where he might break off a 9-yard touchdown run against the Chicago. Does he like would he want his cookie in the form of chocolate chip or peanut butter or oatmeal raisin? Come on. But
it's contributing to a win. Like, it doesn't matter if it's like one play. If he's still out there contributing when he can, that's a positive.
You don't think Jamal Williams could have done that?
No, Jamal Williams.
It's a 9-yard
Jamal
run.
Williams is not the same style running back DeAndre Swift.
Jamal Williams couldn't have got that touchdown that DeAndre Swift got.
Oh, you talking about that one?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that one for sure. 100%.
That's what I asked.
New York.
He said no.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like the
things we haven't seen in 7
Miami.
weeks.
Like, the only pass catching back we have is, I mean, I give Justin Jackson actually. Justin Jackson is a pretty good pass catching back, but DeAndre Swift's hands on the best pass catching back on this team. The only issue is he's not healthy. That's the only issue. There's no sense of saying like, oh, you might as well not have him on the team. No, that's ridiculous because he still is explosive for you when he is in the game. Is it sparingly? Sure, yeah.
You limit him in that situation. 5 carries for 20 yards explosive? Is 3 catches for 12 yards explosive? Is 6 carries for 6 yards explosive? Is 1 catch for 6 yards explosive?
Is he healthy?
Yeah, he's been practicing in full all week.
He's playing.
Then why is he playing? If he's not healthy, he should not be playing.
He's playing in the games, man. He's only had more than 10 carries in a game once, and it was in the first game of the season. And trust me, I don't take any pleasure in this. I want DeAndre Swift to succeed. I want him to do well. But right now, we're talking about him being RB3 on this team. Are you kidding me? That is so unacceptable, and I cannot believe you're just giving him a pass like, oh, he's hurt. Then get off the field.
Yeah, he's still contributing.
No, he's not.
In Green Bay, 3 catches, 40 yards.
So what?
That's contributing. Like, he's still a threat out there when he's on the field regardless no matter what. Like, he's allowed to be on the team. If you're sitting DeAndre Swift and he's still capable of giving you 40 yards on 3 catches, you're an idiot.
If you're injured,
you're absolutely
if you're injured, you shouldn't
play.
They're
all injured. Newsflash. They're all injured. They're all hurt.
Okay, so where is everyone else's excuses? Where is everyone else's gimme? If you're giving it to DeAndre Swift,
it's not an excuse. It's the reality of the situation.
But you're saying that everyone is injured. I get it that nobody's 100%.
Hurt.
But DeAndre Swift is a hell of a lot more injured more often than a lot of the players. And in that same
and that's true, but he still contributes when he can.
So we're okay with him being a lesser version of Theo Riddick at this point. Of Theo freaking Riddick. Because in that same Packers game, he had 2 carries for 10 yards. 2 carries. 2. That is literally
and
worse.
3 catches for 40 yards as well.
So what? That is a worse
and the other 2
Theo
games
game.
he had against the Bears, 6 carries for 6 yards and 1 catch for 6 yards. Against the Giants, 5 carries for 20 yards, 3 catches for 12 yards. So if the explosion is there, I want to see it. I want to see these plays being made. In 3 catches, you should have more than 12 yards. In 5 carries, you should have more than 20 yards. In 6 carries, you should have more than 6 yards. If you can't get it done and you're injured, you shouldn't be playing. You should be resting up and getting healthy.
Yeah, and in your precious Dolphins game, Easy, he had 5 carries for 6 yards. I understand he had a touchdown catch, but DeAndre...
In my precious Dolphins game, he also had 5 catches for 27 yards
as well.
And a touchdown. So
okay, 5 catches for 27 yards isn't great.
5 catches, 27 yards and a touchdown.
That is...
Like, he's still contributing when he can. Like, it's not about being okay, because at that point, I feel like you're being kind of like a bratty kid at that point. It is what it is what I'm telling you. It is what it is. He's hurt. He's not fully healthy. We see when he's healthy. You both limited up just on stage within the past 10 minutes. He's exploded. He's one of the deadliest guys in the game, but he's not.
So if he's been practicing all week and playing multiple games, how is he not healthy? You're not healthy.
What do you mean?
You're never going to be.
He's not healthy. I don't.
Then why is he playing?
What do you want to wave him at?
Then why is he playing? If he's not healthy and can't perform,
because he's still healthy enough to produce. Because he has.
He hasn't.
He has.
How? 6 carries for 6 yards. I'm looking at him right here.
5 receptions, 27 yards, a touchdown. A touchdown, 6 points.
Is that DeAndre Swift?
Helps you win a game, don't it?
You don't think another player could come in and do that?
No. Jamal Williams is not catching the football. We see him drop the football multiple times. Jamal Williams is not a receiving back. He's a running back. He's a short yardage back. Good one at that. But he's not a receiving back. No. Can Justin Jackson be that at times? Yes. But DeAndre Swift, he still has a role on this team. It's a committee.
With all due respect,
backfield by committee.
With all due respect, Easy, you are the most low expectation MF I think I've ever seen when it comes to Detroit sports.
It's the reality of the situation.
You're okay with mediocrity when it comes to everything, and I'm just not. DeAndre Swift is worse than mid. He's never healthy. Honestly, at this point, I don't give a damn. I need him to show me first before I have any faith in him. Any.
Yeah, I don't need to see. If you're practicing all week and you play in games now 3 in a row, you're healthy. So I don't want to hear the excuse of being injured.
Oh my God,
that is an excuse.
He's playing sparingly, Spinny. You want to know why? Because he's not healthy.
Okay, well then don't play.
To try to pretend that he is
healthy.
To try to pretend like he is healthy for the sake of argument is ridiculous. That's wild.
If you're practicing all week and you're playing in the game.
Playing limited, right?
Then don't play.
Been limited.
Then don't play
well,
and get healthy. If that's the whole thing, if when he's healthy, he's this fantastic player. Don't play, get healthy. I want that fantastic player. I don't want 6 carries for 6 yards and him to continue floundering because they're putting him out there injured. If they're putting him out there injured, it's on the coach. It's either on the coach or on DeAndre Swift.
Don't agree.
That's a bad take?
Bad take.
You think playing an injured player is okay?
If he's good enough to show us. My guy Mike Ginger said in the Woodward Sports Chat.
He hasn't shown us.
He has.
No, he hasn't.
We just went over it.
God, DeAndre Swift's not here to make one decent play a game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But he is, unfortunately. He's limited right now.
And
he's
you're
hurt.
perfectly
and we
okay
have to go to
with
break.
that. Perfectly okay with that.
And if he's limited,
Sam, what do you want me to do about it, though? Like, what do you mean you're perfectly okay with it? What do you want done about it?
You want
me to wave a magic wand and fix it?
No, I want Justin Jackson to be the clear RB2 and for DeAndre Swift to sit on the bench until he can actually contribute in a game fully and not just have 5 carries, 2 carries, 1 yard per carry in certain games. That's the thing. I just want to see some. I'm so tired of just saying, it's okay. DeAndre Swift just is what he is now, a worse version of Theo Riddick. Get off the field. You're not healthy. If you can't play like an RB1 and you're DeAndre Swift, get off the field. I don't want to see you there. And I like DeAndre Swift.
That's wild.
I think expecting your RB1 to be an RB1 isn't wild.